Cristiano Ronaldo's journey with Manchester United the second time around was filled with triumphs, adoration, and a love affair that fans will never forget. It also will go down in infamy as one of the most disheartening stories in football history, especially for a legend of his caliber. One of the top 5 players of all time by many. From the moment he first stepped onto the pitch in the iconic red jersey, it was clear that he was destined for greatness. His stunning goals, incredible athleticism, and unwavering passion for the game cemented his status as one of the world's best footballers and endeared him to fans all over the globe. However, as with all great love stories, there came a time when Ronaldo's relationship with Manchester United began to unravel, turning bitter in fact. It all began when he decided to leave Juventus and return to the club he had once called home. Fans were overjoyed at the news, eagerly anticipating the return of their beloved Ballon d'Or winner. Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United was supposed to be a fairy tale comeback, but instead, it ended in an early heartbreak, a 2-year relationship to be exact. The once great love affair between the player and the club had run its course, leaving fans devastated and wondering what went wrong. In this video, I will deep dive into the relationship between Cristiano Ronaldo and the Manchester United owners, tracing his 2-year journey at the club. We will also explain the highs and lows of his time at Old Trafford, from the drizzling heights of Ballon d'Or glory to the twists and turns of his controversial departure. Through this amazing story, we will discover the story of In August of 2021, the football world was rocked by the news that Cristiano Ronaldo was returning to Manchester United. It was a move that few could have predicted, and one that sent shockwaves through the sport. For many fans, it was a dream come true. The prodigal son had returned to the club that had catapulted him to superstardom. But for others, the news was met with a mixture of skepticism and apprehension. Could Ronaldo, 36 years old at the time, still compete at the highest level? And how would his return impact the team's style of play and dynamic? As the football world waited with bated breath for Ronaldo's first game back in the red jersey, one thing was certain: his return was sure to be one of the biggest events in football history, if not the biggest of all time. The Portuguese superstar wasted no time proving he was still one of the world's best footballers. In his first year back, he scored a remarkable 28 goals in 45 appearances across all competitions for the Red Devils. Ronaldo's performances were nothing short of sensational, as he displayed the skill, pace, and power that made him a legend at the club in his first spell there. He was a driving force behind United's second place finish in the Premier League and helped the team to reach the final of the UEFA Europa League, where they, unfortunately, fell short. So why did, after 2 years of being there, make the club reevaluate its initial decision? Well, it all came crashing down in his second year there. After a great campaign, United started to lose, and they were losing hard. After 12 games into the season, they had only won 5, drew on 2, and lost 5 out of all those games. This switched the alarm, and after a disastrous 4-1 defeat against Watford, United decided to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. In his place, Ralf Rangnick was appointed interim manager. This is where things started to turn for the worse, especially for Cristiano Ronaldo. With this new appointment, things did not improve at all. Though United had progressed to the Champions League knockout stages, but crashed out against Atletico de Madrid. Ronaldo's goals began to dry up in the league, with the club failing out of the race to the top 4. A final burst saw Ronaldo end on 18 goals for the season, only behind Mohamed Salah and Heung-min Son in the goal-scoring charts. But it was too little too late. United would not be in the Champions League for the 2022-2023 season. This is where the problems between the 37-year-old and the club began to bubble over. Throughout the summer, Ronaldo was consistently linked with the move away from Old Trafford. Chelsea, Atletico de Madrid, and Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid, just to name a few, had their names thrown in the mix, but nothing materialized. And some of the higher-ups at these clubs even went so far as to deny the rumors linking them to the player publicly. But that wasn't the major contributor of this story. The person that made a huge part of this story goes by the name of Erik ten Hag. Manchester United announced on April 21st of 2022 that he would take over as manager at the end of that season. United had to pay a whopping £1.7 million to Ajax FC to release Ten Hag from his contract in order to obtain the rights as a manager. This made fans either really excited or really skeptical of the Dutchman. Many people were scared because he did not have any past Premier League experience, which makes sense why people were skeptical at the time. Many managers have arrived to the Premier League without that experience and have failed horribly as a result, so I totally understand people making that point. While this happened, Ronaldo was missing from preseason due to his daughter's illness. The club accepted his reasoning. However, when he returned, he was not match fit and therefore could not start every game. A lot of people criticize him because he wasn't taking United seriously, but in all honesty, his family has been a huge factor in his life and you really can't blame the guy. As a result, him not being match fit ready led him to getting limited minutes under new manager Erik Ten Hag. Ronaldo would still get minutes for United, however, they would be inconsistent and it was clear that the player believed he should be a starter. This bubbled over in the game against Tottenham, where Ronaldo refused to come as a substitute late in the match and was filmed leaving the stadium before the end of the match. Ronaldo will not be available for the final few games before the World Cup due to illness, but a bombshell hit the club after United's last gap winner against Fulham. The Portuguese forward had filmed an interview with Piers Morgan, which was to be released the following week. In said interview, Ronaldo took aim at his new manager, Ten Hag, saying that he didn't respect the Dutchman. He also took time to denounce his critics, namely Wayne Rooney and Gary Neville, while also criticizing the Glazer family.
Sir Alex Ferguson left, I saw no evolution in the club.
One of your biggest critics has been, and I'm surprised about this,
Me too,
Wayne Rooney,
for example.
who you played with for many years very successfully. All this year, 3 or 4 times he's come out and attacked you in the media.
I don't know. I don't know why he criticized me so bad, or
Is it jealousy as well, perhaps, that you're still playing and still in the Man United red
probably
shirt?
because he finished his career with 30s, so I'm still playing high level. I'm not gonna say that I'm looking better than him, which is true, but
United were caught off guard by Ronaldo's comments and were disappointed. This led to the club ultimately deciding to terminate Ronaldo's contract by mutual consent. In a statement posted to United's website, they stated, Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United by mutual agreement with immediate effect. The club thanks him for his immense contribution across 2 spells at Old Trafford, scoring 145 goals in 346 appearances, and wishes him and his family well for the future. Everyone at Manchester United remains focused on continuing the team's progress under Erik Ten Hag and working together to deliver success on the pitch. Though many United fans appreciated that he had called out the club's ownership, they ultimately agreed with the decision to part ways with their famous number 7. And that was that. This is how Manchester United let go of their superstar in a blink of an eye. I genuinely believe this could have been handled in close bars, with both parties agreeing on some terms instead of publicly taking shots at each other. This obviously is targeted more for Cristiano Ronaldo than from the Manchester owners. As it stands, Cristiano is playing for Al Nassr, a Saudi league team that reportedly gave Cristiano one of the biggest contracts of all time. It is reportedly said that Ronaldo now makes £173 million a year at Al Nassr. That is quite insane. I wish I could be making that amount of money, man. It really sucks to be poor. In all seriousness, though, who knows what might be the next move for Ronaldo? But what I know is that this is how and why Manchester United gave up on Cristiano Ronaldo.